Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is the 4th of December 2022, and I'll be looking today at the share of the chart of computer share, and we'll be analyzing the trends as I see them and why exactly this has come onto my watch list. So first, what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at the last 1 year chart, starting from here in November 21, going till the present. And what we see here in this chart is that this has been in a continuous uptrend. Right? You can see that it has been a continuous uptrend, and after it reached this point here, that was sometime around April, May 2022, that it had started a little bit of a horizontal and a vertical consolidation. Why I say horizontal and a vertical consolidation is because we can see this rectangle in which it has been trading, but we can also see that it has been, if we take that as into a quadrant as well, we can see that after the midpoint where it hit here, it's more of a blank here. The stock has been into this quadrant, reaching up towards this point itself, right? Which means, for me, it signifies a forward and upward momentum, and that's what kind of caught my eye on this, especially in the last few days, when I see that jump, which we will, or the drop, that we'll analyze in a while. So now, in this trend, when we look at this trend over this period of time, the other thing that we notice is that the rising lows, right? So there's a low here, there's a low here, there's again a low here, there's a low here, and each time we can see that the low is a little bit higher than what it was before, right? So that again is another indicator that this is on a good upward trajectory. Now, another thing which we clearly notice in the stock here is that sometime here, this is we can clearly see that this is a resistance line. This is a resistance line which has hit thrice, and this resistance line is around 26.5. So this is the resistance line around 26.5, and it has hit it once, it has hit it twice, it has hit it thrice. So when in this is a point of observation, as I mentioned in my earlier videos as well, that when it hits the resistance line thrice, then what I can see, like I can see a clear W forming in here, right? A W forming in here, and this then becomes my point of observation. We have to then wait and watch. At this point now, we have to wait and watch, because from here, it can go upwards as well, or it can, the all the strength in that upward movement can fizzle out, and it can go downwards as well. So this becomes a point of observation for us. And when we see in this particular stock, what we see is, after it hit this resistance here, it moved up. It moved up, and if I go in and see it from a closely as well, what it shows is that this, once it crossed this limit properly here, it has not. Once it closed above this line, taking this once off, once it crossed this line, it has not hit the resistance back. So in as an immediate context, in terms of the immediate context, this red line which I had as a resistance so far, this becomes an immediate support. So what I do is I'll just change that to green, because this is now a support for me, for the trend that it starts to show from here on, until unless it stays above this new support line, we know that it is still in an upward move only. So now another thing which is a point to see is that the the 20 period moving average, it has not closed, it has not closed below that, which is also, although there was a sharp dip here on the last Thursday, but despite that it has not closed below that. On that day as well, it closed a little bit only above the previous close that it hit here, which is like a good sign for me. And looking at all the strength that it has shown so far, it for me it's a good entry point at this point. Good entry point at this point, keeping a stop loss at the low of this previous low, and like I'm keeping a low at this previous low, with the kind of a small entry point in here, uh, because if it breaches this, then there are very much a chances of it going down. So that's the reason why I'm keeping a tight stop loss here. But if it can hold this time period here, or consolidates here a little bit, or even the strength comes back, then there are good chances, because of the trend that we had seen here, then this is the immediate resistance that it would be at there. So it can go up and maybe consolidate here. But if it breaches this next point of resistance and hold its ground in the next couple of days, then that would be another point for adding some more quantity. And this I'm speaking again in my perspective, from my perspective, for myself only, right? Please do your own analysis and your own due diligence when it comes to investing. So now this is the daily chart, and I would also now kind of see how the weekly chart looks as well. And when we look at the weekly charts, you can really see the clear kind of the upward trend that computer share has been showing, right? And this is barring this point, which was the start of the COVID. But once it moved up, it has not it has not looked back. And we can see that trend uh, going up. For me, this is the new support, which is at approximately 26.5 ish. And from here, that will be a close eye, keeping a tight stop loss at the low of the previous one. And there's a probability wise, there's a more probability of this going upward from here, keeping looking at the strength in the volume as well, which is not drying out. So that's all for computer share this week. I hope you like the video, and do like or subscribe if you like it. Thanks.